You take your calcium faithfully, yet your legs still ache when you stand, and your balance feels less steady each year. After 60, your body can swallow all the calcium in the world, but without this one vitamin, most of it just slips away. That's why bones thin, muscles weaken, and falls become more dangerous. And here's the surprise. The solution isn't more calcium. It's unlocking the hidden key your body quietly stops making with age. Imagine doing everything right. The pills, the milk, the fortified foods, and still hearing from your doctor, your bones are thinning. It feels unfair. I've heard so many seniors say, "Doctor, I followed every rule, but my body keeps failing me." The truth is, calcium can't do its job unless another vitamin opens the gateway. And after 60, your skin and kidneys make far less of it. That's why we'll uncover the one daily habit that actually lets your body use the calcium you've been counting on. 1. Vitamin D. 3. The gateway to calcium. After 60, most seniors I meet say the same thing. I take my calcium every day, but my bones still feel weak. The truth is, calcium alone can't protect your body. Without vitamin D3, most of it simply passes through you, unused. Here's why. Vitamin D3 acts like a doorman. Calcium is waiting at the entrance, but unless D3 unlocks the gate inside your intestines, that calcium never makes it into your bloodstream. After 60, that doorman gets sleepy. Your skin produces about 40% less vitamin D than it did when you were younger. By age 70, your natural production is cut in half. And even when you do make vitamin D, your kidneys struggle to convert it into the active form called calcitriol, the very signal that tells your intestines, "Let the calcium in." One of the most important studies on this was led by Chapuis and colleagues back in 1992, published in the New England Journal of Medicine. They followed more than 3,000 older women in nursing homes. Those given daily vitamin D3 alongside calcium had 43% fewer hip fractures compared to those who didn't. That's not just a number. That's thousands of women spared from painful surgeries, wheelchairs, and lost independence. So, what can you do? For most adults over 60, the evidence suggests 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, taken with a meal that contains healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado. This helps your body absorb it more efficiently. Rosa, one of my 72-year-old patients, thought her calcium pills were enough. But after a simple vitamin D test, she realized she was severely deficient. Adding a daily D3 capsule with her breakfast changed everything. Steadier steps, fewer leg cramps, and a sense of confidence she thought was gone. This is where most seniors get it wrong. They focus on calcium without the doorman that lets it inside. 2. Vitamin D. 3. And hormones. Why PTH steals from your bones. Here's what most people don't realize. Your body has a built-in backup system to keep calcium in the blood. It's controlled by a hormone called PTH, Parathyroid Hormone. When vitamin D levels drop too low, your intestines can't absorb calcium properly. Your body panics. To keep blood calcium steady, your glands release more PTH. And where does it get that calcium? From your bones. Imagine your bones like a savings account. Instead of deposits, you're suddenly making daily withdrawals, and every withdrawal leaves them weaker. The Bischoff-Ferrari study in 2022, which tracked over 2,000 seniors across Europe, found that people with healthy vitamin D levels had stronger bones and fewer fractures, not because they took more calcium, but because their PTH levels stayed balanced. High PTH was directly tied to faster bone loss. So, what's the practical fix? For most adults after 60, you want to maintain a vitamin D blood level above 75 nanomoles per liter. That means testing at least once a year, sometimes more often if you're already at risk. Combine daily D3 with about 1,200 milligrams of calcium citrate, split into 2 or 3 smaller doses. Calcium citrate is easier for aging stomachs to absorb than calcium carbonate. Frank, 68, was stunned when his lab results showed very high PTH, even though his calcium intake looked fine. He always wondered why his back ached and why he felt weaker after a short walk. Within a year of steady vitamin D and calcium citrate, his PTH normalized. He told me, "Doctor, for the first time in years, I feel like I'm building myself up instead of draining away. Without this, all the good work may never reach your joints." Have you ever had your vitamin D checked? Share your number if you know it. It could help another senior. 3. Vitamin D3 and inflammation. Protecting muscles and strength. Calcium isn't just for bones, it fuels your muscles too. And here's where vitamin D3 plays another hidden role. When levels are too low, your immune system shifts into overdrive, releasing inflammatory messengers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. These are the very molecules that slowly erode muscle tissue and stiffen joints. Think of inflammation like rust on a bicycle chain. At first it squeaks, then the chain stiffens, movement gets harder, and eventually the bike won't carry you safely. Vitamin D3 acts like oil, quieting the rust, restoring smoother motion, and protecting the structure beneath. The Health, Aging, and Body Composition study, published in 2018, followed more than 2,600 older adults. Those with low vitamin D were significantly more likely to develop frailty over the next 4 years. In fact, deficiency doubled the risk of muscle weakness and balance problems. That means the aches, the slower gait, the near misses on stairs. They weren't just normal aging. They were warning signs of vitamin D depletion. So, what can you do? Research shows that taking around 2,000 international units of vitamin D, 3 daily for 6 to 12 months, improves lower limb strength and reduces falls in older adults. It's not a quick fix, but steady levels help your muscles respond better to movement and training, even light walking or chair exercises. Elaine, a 70-year-old widow I worked with, dreaded walking to her mailbox. Her knees wobbled and she clutched the railing. After 9 months of steady vitamin D, combined with short daily walks, she smiled and said, "I don't grip the railing anymore. My legs trust me again." Your inflammation clock resets right here. 4. Myth versus fact: why mega vitamin D shots can backfire. Many seniors tell me, "Doctor, I get a big vitamin D shot once a month. That should cover me, right?" It sounds convenient. 1 injection, and you don't have to think about it. But here's the surprising fact. Large occasional doses may actually do more harm than good. Your body doesn't treat vitamin D like a bank account you can load up once and forget. It's more like watering a plant. A little every day keeps it thriving. Flood it all at once, and the roots get stressed. The D-Health trial from Australia in 2023 followed over 21,000 older adults. Those who received high monthly doses, 60,000 IU at a time, showed no added protection against fractures. In fact, some had a higher risk of falls. Why? Because the body can't use megadoses steadily. Blood levels spike, then crash, leaving tissues without the steady signal they need to keep calcium moving properly. The better approach is consistency. For most adults after 60, daily supplementation, 800 to 2,000 IU of vitamin D3, builds reliable blood levels without the roller coaster. Daily drops, soft gels, or tablets with a meal work far better than a one-time surge. George, a 74-year-old retired teacher, used to rely on monthly injections. He still felt weak and unsteady, and one winter he suffered a fall in his driveway. After switching to small daily doses of vitamin D3, he told me, "I don't feel that seesaw anymore. My balance feels more even." But what most people miss is what comes next. That steady vitamin D flow doesn't just protect your bones. It changes how your muscles and nerves talk to each other, keeping you steadier on your feet. After 60, your body isn't broken. It's just waiting for the right key. Calcium on its own can't protect you. But with steady vitamin D3, that calcium finally gets where it belongs. Into your bones, into your muscles, into the strength that carries you through the day. Think about it. Rosa no longer dreads leg cramps. Frank isn't watching his strength drain away. Elaine trusts her legs again. And George, he finally feels steady after years of imbalance. These aren't miracles. They're the natural result of giving your body what it's been quietly missing. And this is where healing starts feeling like home. So, let me ask you, have you ever had your vitamin D tested? What was your number? Share it below. Your story could encourage another senior who feels the same uncertainty you once did. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing. That way, you won't miss the next episode, where I'll reveal 3 simple morning habits that protect your joints and keep you moving freely after 60. Because staying strong isn't just about living longer, it's about living better.